What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome back. Been a minute. It's been like 90 plus days. It's been a minute. If you follow me on Twitter, you see me a lot. But anyway, welcome back to On the Warpath. It's your boy Sanchez 405. As always, we talk Washington Commanders here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, you subscribe at first. I'm gonna be a little rusty today. Make sure you subscribe, like, share this video, because you know what we do. We talk Washington Commanders all the time. There we go. Got the spiel out. But it's been a minute. What's up, Don? And our boards are back at it after summer of rumors and all this good stuff. It is finally back to the business at hand. But first, before we even go into that, got a little personal updates. Yes, as Don said, married, kid on the way, and today we found out. We found out what the kiddo is. And drum roll, please. Coming in February 2024, baby Sanchez is going to be a little boy. So we're having a son. Gonna have a son. Cool. It's gonna be pretty cool. Y'all know my wife, she's a Cowboys fan. So there's gonna be a lot of prayer and intercessory that we need in making sure little man is brought up right. But excited nonetheless, y'all. I mean, I don't know how many times I've probably cried in the last 2 months of joy. It's exciting. And, make sure y'all stay tuned, watch your social media and everything for those updates. But early February, we're supposed to have this little kid here, and going to be responsible for another life besides mine. So that's a lot to say. I worry already, with my wife and everything. So, and that she's okay, and she teaches school, and it's those stresses, and she coaches volleyball also. So I'm more worried about her and making sure she's okay, and it's a stress, but it's a fun stress. You might be right, Don. I might have a Super Bowl baby. And the one thing I can guarantee say the Dallas Cowboys won't be going to the Super Bowl. I know our guys ain't going to the Super Bowl, but I'll say that here, and then we might flip it later. But anyway, so those are the updates that I have. Appreciated. BJ, Ben, Jay, what's up? Yeah, but that's where we are. So we're gonna have baby Sanchez coming in. I can't get rid of this new arm. This new arm is, yeah, see, look, sinking like the stock market here. Let's see if we can get this fixed. Learning as I go. So with that, I moved. So a lot of the stuff that I had planned on doing during the summer kind of got put on the back burner. So I wasn't able to record as much. Of course, y'all saw the last video with Pete Medhurst, and shout out to Pete for doing that. Hopefully we can get some new people on here this year. So we'll reach out, get some guests. The schedule's going to stay very similar to last year. Of course, we're going to have the Monday after pill every Monday after the regular season. Of course, Wednesday, hopefully Warpath Wednesday, something midweek program. And then, of course, we'll be here on game day a lot. Hey, we got to fix that. The arm was sinking. Had to tighten that arm up a little bit. That's a bad joke, Don. But wouldn't miss it. Having your bad jokes here. But anyway, we dive into it, y'all. And there's a lot that's went on since then. I think the last video I did was more centered around the draft. And now we've gotten better off the field more than anything. Hopefully get better on the field. And I'm excited, man. The Josh Harris group, finally, over Dan Snyder, we can bring people back into the fold. We can get them back. We're back on the road. We're on the road to recovery after being the longest cancer patient in the world with being a Washington Redskins Commanders football team, just being a Washington football fan. And it seems like this burden has been lifted off, and you can see it on the coach. You can see it on Ron. I think his eyebrows grew back. This is probably the best he's felt since he hit that bell back in 2020. Because you don't have to deal with that little weasel anymore, Dan Snyder. And the stuff that this cat has perpetrated over the last 2 decades and a half. And just like that, he's gone. He gets $6 million, whatever. I think we would have all had a GoFundMe for him to get him out of here. What's up, Ivo? Harris Ownership Group. Hog. Yeah, I saw that one. So I'm excited. You got guys who I think legitimately in this ownership group are fans of the team. Now, we know Dan said he was a fan of the team and everything like this, but I kind of look at it this way. Old boy might say he's fan. Old boy, he's kind of like that girl that you knew in high school that's like, yeah, I'm a Redskins fan. And they could probably tell you one player. It's like they'd be like, oh yeah, they'd wear their dad's old Gus Frerotte jersey to high school in 2009. Say, yeah, I'm a big Redskins fan. And it had that faded Gus Frerotte jersey and everything like that. And yeah, I'm a big fan. That's what Dan Snyder was. He was the girl with the Gus Frerotte jersey going to high school in 2009. Like Gus Frerotte ain't been there. We say, yeah, Gus Ferrotte's my favorite player. Good to get him out of there. It is good to get him out of there. I told y'all this early on when this process was going. I said, of all things, we had to get a crackhead to help us get the biggest villain in all of sports out. Shout out Jim Irsay. I hope you get that crack relief that you get, bro, that you need, brother. I really do. Super Chef from the kitchen. What's up, man? How you doing? Yes, I'm excited about this year. That Bama had a Heath Schuler 5 jersey. What's another one? They had Brett Conway jersey. How about that one? They just somebody actually made a kicker's jersey. Yeah, Brett Conway. He was a great quarterback for this team. That's who Dan Snyder was. Because he was saying, like, I think I was listening to Sheehan or somebody, and they said that he was a fan of like Sonny and Sam, and that predated him by a mile, right? And so he's like, this guy's not a fan or something. And then, well, there you go. Hey, that's what it is. But the Mr. Snyder stuff. I had a former coworker that interned with them for a year, and they talked about the bags of apples that they would give during the holiday season to the employees. So I mean, there was a lot. It was just a lot of griminess going on, to say the least. But he's finally out here, and then you get adults in the room who are fans. Mitchell Rails, who's with Josh Harris, and you got Irvin Magic Johnson. I call him Irvin now, because his mama called him Irvin. I am going to call him Irvin, and I think you've got a good approach there. You got Mark Ian in there too, who's a lifelong fan. Guys who are local too, right? That have invested in the community and part of this ownership group. And I mean, you look at Ashburn right now; it's transformed for the fans. When's the last time you seen bleachers at the Command Park? We'll call it the Command Park for right now, because we don't know what it's going to be called here in the future. But I think they call it the Nova Sports Complex. That's what they call it now. Yeah, whatever. Subtle touches like that probably didn't cost them. It didn't cost them anything to rent them things. It's the touch. It's the attention to detail. Hopefully, we'll see this more on the football field. But they know that they have a long leash. And right now, they've knocked it out of the park. They didn't come up to bat and hit a single. They've hit a triple at least with this. And fans will be there this weekend. People were ready to go. They said they've already sold for season ticket. I already got mine, but more than what they did last year. I mean, this is some good stuff to show you. Once you get the growth removed, what can happen? We don't have to, from now, we don't have to talk about this drama of the owner. There's a new Washington Post story. I love what Josh Harris said. And maybe this was some shade. That's why I like my owner, managing partner that has a little bit of shade. He threw some shade at him. He's like, mom and dad used to tell him, don't do anything that will put you on the front page of the Washington Post. There's not a bit on Washington front of the Washington Post. I should have got Tanya to sign a copy of that one time when I got a picture. I got a picture with Tanya Snyder. But it's a good time. I was excited. My folks were down here when it happened. We got to watch press conference together. It's a good time. I think about, like, my granddad was a huge fan. He died, having Dan Snyder as the owner of this team. And people in my family who were Redskin fans that passed away, who knew that man was scum. But I'm glad I don't have to raise my son in a world where Dan Snyder is the owner of my favorite football team. That's right. It is a new day. Can't wait to watch. Sam Howell, I'm hoping. Hit the training camp tomorrow, Abel. All right. It's going to be a hot as I'm like, yep. Y'all have fun with that. Frost 40 below. What's up, brother? What is up? What's the bets we got? What's some bets we running with? Detroit on the over? I like Detroit on the under this year. Wins. We'll talk about that on Twitter, though. Or X, as Elon has rebranded. Anthony Jones, praise the answer. Thank you, God. Please build the stadium back in D.C. Y'all want the stadium back in D.C. I hope the federal government, they said Vince Gray already put that tweet out that he's ready to negotiate. So we'll see. But all positive in that situation. And we've had some other stuff that's gone on since we last reconvened. They didn't re-up Chase Young for that 5th-year option, so this is do or die for him. There's been trade rumors, although there hasn't been any movement on it. You're going to put yourself in a hole either way. Either way, you were right about Chase Young in the short term, but wrong for the full picture. Because that was your first draft pick. You screwed that up. I'm not saying I haven't given up on the dude, but if you're looking at it right now, they're conceding that they may have screwed the pooch on this pick. That's what they're telling us. Because why wouldn't you give him why wouldn't you give it to him, right? So I hope he proves them wrong. He might not be here next year, but he will be. Hey, we'll see how he does. Because either way, you're gonna be either right in the short term. You're gonna be right in the short term, wrong in the short term. There's no plus for you in this situation. Either way, you're gonna screw the pooch. Oh, we definitely gonna talk about. Oh, okay, I got you, bro. I got you. You know where you can find me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, 2023 has been big so far for me. But I mean, it is what it is. It's business. You got to go out there and prove him wrong. You Chase Young, you got to go out there and prove him wrong. I thought they handled his injury well. I mean, it was better than what that the team that hired that had RG3 handled that a lot better, right? So I do like how Ron and them took the steps and they got him. They got it. I think they got it right in that respect. Red Zone in the lab. What's up, man? Yeah, see, I'm back. I'm back on it. See, we've been communicating on Twitter. See, we're going to have to collab one day, okay? Definitely collab. Let's see here. Chase should do fine with all the other defensive linemen doing all the heavy lifting. I hope that's perfect. That's perfect. Every job needs a leech. If Chase is that leech, that's good. Make him look good. Put lipstick on the pig. I want that pig to be pretty. Put him on him. Let's see here. Who's going to have a breakout year? Who's going to have a breakout year? Let's see. Who is going to have the breakout year? I'm going to default on this one because it's safe. And they showed, I think Gibson is going to have a breakout year. I think the way they plan on hopefully using him, and apparently he came to camp shredded. I think Gibson's gonna break. And plus, this is this last year of his contract? Yeah, I think it's the last year of his contract. So, give me Gibby, or see it? Yeah, I think this. Yeah, I think this is the last year. Right. 20, 21, 23. Yeah, 23. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I like Gibby in that situation. Trust the process, KB. Yeah, you're right. See. Let's see here. Will it be a Cowboys or Washington fan? Definitely Washington's fan. Ocean, what's up, Alex? Good to be back. I know, right? Jahan or Gibson? Antonio Gibson. Yep, Jahan. I think Jahan's another one too. The only question I have is, and y'all gonna get mad at me. You're gonna get mad at me just for a little bit, and it's okay. It's okay to be mad at me. I got to see something out of Sam Howell. I know that we ramrodded Dallas at the end of the season. And Sam had some good spots. He had some bad spots. I got to see him more. I got to see him more with live bullets, like in the preseason against number ones. Got to see him and really the test time. If he does win the which he probably will, like Ron always says, hey, we're having a competition over here. He's our starter, but we're having a competition, right? So they're probably, if Sam Howell doesn't get hurt, he's going to be the starter. And you've got Arizona, which you should win that game. Like, there's no excuse why you shouldn't win that game. First game as ownership, huge pressure. I'm going to be in the building, so you better win. And then you're at Denver, high altitude, right? You come back home for Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, for Buffalo in week 3. That probably may be a 50-50 game because, those Buffalo Bamas, they travel, which I think that might be a surprise upset team this year. The Bills, I think they might just feel like they plateaued. They've plateaued a little bit, don't they? Like, I guess we felt like that about, if you're a Washington Nationals fan, you felt like in 2017, 2018, they plateaued. And really in 2019, you felt like, this is going to go down the hill. So I don't know, but those 3 games are going to be very telling for me, especially going up against those 2 pretty good, great defenses in Denver and in Buffalo. So I got to see something from Sam. I'm hopeful. Like that's the thing. We all point to what he did at North Carolina in that last year. They say, well, he put the whole team on his shoulder, but he dropped from a 1st-round grade to a 5th-round pick. There's something in there it's a question mark. I don't know what it is. I believe in the dude, but my empirical evidence isn't based on hope. It showed me I'm from Missouri. It's show me state. Him and Samuel in a contract year. Jahan left a lot on the table because, he did. Yeah, 19 passes are not, like, he's going to be in games where he's going to be throwing 40, maybe 50 passes to win a game. But this is where Bieniemy comes in handy, right? He's got to design a run game that takes that pressure off that, because on all intents and purposes, he's a rookie. And he's got to design a run game that complements him, that kind of hides some of those deficiencies. Because let's be honest, boys and girls, Eric Bieniemy succeeds. This team succeeds. He's not going to be here next year. He's not. Yep. The cat's here. Let's see here. Issue, yeah, offensive line. I think they haven't how can you say they haven't vastly improved? They've improved. They have improved. I think Wiley's is a good part. Gates. Like, you don't need elite. You don't need a full offensive line of elite players. If you can get very good to very good players that play cohesively, like they really did the offensive line play really well in 2021. If you can get those guys to play cohesively, I think you've got a good group of guys. I mean, I think you got to scheme it up right. Like we talk about Charles Leno. People say that Charles Leno was a liability in that Giants game. Well, how do you fix a liability? Maybe help him out with a tight end? Like in that Giants game. He was basically going up against Kayvon Thibodeau by himself. And I'm not making excuses for him. But if you think he's that and that, but he's your best left tackle in that spot, don't you think you should give him some damn help? Let's see here. Yeah, I did watch that. I did watch the quarterback series. Not a lot of Eric Bieniemy. But, talk about the quarterback series. It's not a lot of Eric Bieniemy. Now, I want y'all to go back and watch that. Who were the quarterbacks always talking to? If it wasn't the head coach, who were all offensive-minded coaches, they were talking to their position coaches. I live 45 minutes away from work, so I can listen to podcasts all the time. I like to listen to Sheehan. And Sheehan talked about where there wasn't a lot of involvement from Eric Bieniemy. And how Kevin goes. He's like, why isn't it makes me concerned that he wasn't there. I mean, who's the offensive coordinator? Wes Phillips, who's on a short list to be a head coaching candidate next year. He wasn't involved. It was the quarterback's coach. Matt Nagy, quarterback's coach. And old boy who quit on his team, Mariota, nobody really cares who was talking to him in Atlanta because he quit. He quit on his team. Nobody cares about that. So, two top offenses in the NFL, their quarterback coaches were sitting there talking with them. Their coordinators weren't there. So, I mean, I get you want to throw Bieniemy to the wolves there, but I think that's short-sighted. It's like if somebody puts something on Twitter and it's like, oh, this is perceived effect. Look, I'm sorry, boys and girls. If I don't believe something or if something don't sound right to me, whether I agree with it or not, I'm going to double check. I'm going to fact check. And 9 times out of 10, I find out there's something wrong with it. But it was a good series. I thought it was a good series. A little too much Kirk Cousins. All I knew about Kirk Cousins was that he was boring. And it improved. I know what's wrong with him now. Like that I literally know what's wrong with Kirk Cousins. He thinks too much. He's in his head. He spent all this shock therapy, mind training, and all this stuff about losing focus and everything, and the screen goes black. Like he loses focus all the time. Like, yeah. That's why he chokes up. Anyway, that's beside the point. Kirk Cousins. And his wife picks out his clothes. Yeah, hey man, look. It's I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Steve Jobs, that's why Steve Jobs always wore black jeans and a black turtleneck. It was the easiest thing to pick out. He don't have anybody else picking out his stuff. He had like 5 of those shirts every day. Just pick a new one out, get it washed. But yeah, but Kirk Cousins. Oh Lord, it's like he's like the Brady bunch of he's like the Mike Brady of quarterbacks. He really is. It's like, here's a story of a QB named Kirk. He met his wife named Julie. She had curls. Where's Alice at? Where's Aunt P. Davis at in the middle of this? And the boys and everything. You get Kevin O'Connell to the side, and I don't know, man. Let's see. Kirk Cousins, empty cow. Yeah, he literally is. Kirk Cousins is core zero. Has no alcohol content in it whatsoever. Thoughts on the newest signings? Hey, I'm glad you asked me that, because I forgot. I wrote down some stuff. Well, I wrote down stuff internally. I didn't write it down physically. I think they're all good signs. I think they're both good signs. Brian Pringle coming in. I told y'all this when we hired Benamy and we got Andrew Wiley. You got to have people that speak the language. You have to have people to speak the language. If you don't have people speaking the language in the trenches, you're going to have problems. You're going to have problems. So you bring in another guy who can, I think we had that, there was another wide receiver too that we had. Let's see. What roster that they brought in. But I think it spells that somebody's in trouble because they know they need the help. Thank God they know they finally need the help. And then, unfortunately, Armani Rogers, he's going to IR. So unfortunately, that's a wasted pick. And I'm freezing up here. There we go. I don't want to say. Was it Patrick Kemp? I don't think it was no Patrick Kemp. No. But it was a Kemp dude. Let's see here. Let me looking this stuff up now. Wiki. Marcus Kemp. Yeah, Marcus Kemp. That's what Marcus Kemp. And then you got Byron Pringle on the team. So you got guys who can speak the language. Of course, Andrew Wiley, like I said earlier. So you got those guys in here that can speak the language. I like it. I think it's a good addition. It's going to add competition. Dax Milne, Diamond Brown, those guys, they've got competition. So if they want to be on this roster, they're going to have to play a little bit better. They're going to step up. There's no room for error. There's no room last year, I thought, for error. There really isn't anymore at this point in time. I think you get an 0-3, 0-4, 0-5, there's going to be massive overhaul. And it's going to start with Ron Rivera. The other move that I loved it. And y'all know I'm a Joey Sly guy. Joey Sly's from my home area. I love the dude. But you ain't get it done. I mean, against Philadelphia, he got it done. He got it done against Philly. But other than that, guy missing extra points, missing field goals. I think a total of 9. You bring in Michael Badgley, who only missed like 5 extra points in his entire career. Joey missed 4 last year. You can't have that happening. You can't be leaving points on the board, especially in a lot of these one-score close games that we're in. And it's going to come down to the kicking game. If we can get a kicker that's half the specialist as Tressway is to punters, we'll be all right. Now, yeah, you're going to miss some extra points. Now, with it going back, I get it. You'll miss an extra point here and there. But you can't make that a habit. I mean, what was against Dallas? He missed like the first 2 extra points. So it should have been like 28-6. He messing with people's money. He messing with people's money. Like, that's exactly what he's doing. They should investigate him for point shaving if he does the same stuff this year. If he wins the competition, I don't know. Is there some psychos that bet over-unders on the preseason games? I would heavily bet the under. But he point shaving. Now, he probably would, because people bet the under, so he probably make those field goals. Joey Slye needs competition. Dustin Hopkins needed competition. He finally getting it. Let's put up or shut up. Like, it's open season. I hate to be like Doc Walker. I really do. But it's open season. If you can't perform, you got to go. Everybody was 8-7. This was an 8-7-1 team. If you don't live up to the medal, you got to go. That's all it is. That's like any other job. If I ain't doing what I got to do at my job, I'm gone. I don't get to walk out with a contract that says, "Oh, I'm getting ready to walk out of here with $2.5 million because they cut me." No, ain't gonna happen. They say they don't feel sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for you. So yeah, but I like the competition that they added, especially to the wide receiver. Excuse me, 8-1. Sorry, that's even worse. I like the definition of a left hand up. What's up, John? What else? What else have we that's happened since we last reconvened? So, a little rusty and everything, but it was good. It's good. We're back here. We're back at it. I will say that I did note a couple things. Like, if you follow me on Twitter, I've been active on Twitter more than not. I thought that Ron Rivera, they took a group picture and Ron was not smiling, but then I found another picture and he was smiling. It was the same group. So it's just a bad shot. But I think Ron knows that he has job pressure. What he was brought here to do. Coach the football team. No external shit. No HR, culture changing, being the CEO of people or anything like that. You're all about the CEO of football. Winning games. You got to win. I think you got to win 10 games this year. Will they do it? They kind of built. The team feel like it's built like to boom or bust. I feel like it's nowhere in the middle. I do. I really feel like this. You got a coach and pretty much his lamest a duck year because he's in his penultimate year of his contract. So he got one more year after this. I mean, do you fire? Do you fire him at the end of the season? If you're not, I think so. Because maybe the message has gone stale. Who do you hire in that respect? Oh, but we ain't worried about that right now. Because I don't want Ron. It's like Paulie says, we don't want Ron Rivera to fail. Because if Ron Rivera fails, it means we've had a bad season. And we've sat here and it's dragged on and bemoan. I don't want that. I don't want that now. Screw 10 games. Is this our plateau? 10 wins? I mean, I want plus. I think 11. But I think 10 gets you into the party. 10 gets you into the party. I think that's your minimum. And that's our plateau, but that's the minimum you need to get in. I'd like to see more because I mean it's like orange is new black. 11 is the new 10. So you really need 10. I mean, you really need 11 with this 17th game. I need a minimum. Over under how throws 25 touchdowns. Push. Give me a push. Leaning slightly to the under. Slightly to the under. Let's see here. Bing, bing, boom. Yeah, it's improvement. It's improvement. I think that's what you're looking. You're looking at finally getting to get them wins. We gotta get we've got to get over this hump of being at 500 over under 500. We backed into the playoffs in 2020. We fell apart in late December in 2021. Did the same thing. You did all this stuff in October and early mid-November to get you in a spot. The house comes crumbling down again. Yeah, we did. We gave it away to the Giants. We went from possibly sweeping the Giants to tying and losing. So in that situation, I mean, and we laid an egg. That game was over with from the first drive. When Ron bypassed the field goal and they punt the ball back to the Giants, and basically if it had been a missed field goal, it would have been a net loss of like 4 yards. That's when I knew we weren't ready to be one of the primetime players, and we didn't deserve to go to the playoffs. What's up, Hassan? I mean, I think that was really telling. And then Ron saying against Cleveland, we were still in the race. Hey, we can make the playoff. We can, huh? We can make it. We can be eliminated. We can be eliminated. Yes. Yes, we can be eliminated. Like y'all remember, I lost my mind. I couldn't believe it when we sat here and watched the press conference together. I could not believe that came out of that man's mouth. Whether he was being a smart ass and maybe just trying to be a smart ass or what, I cannot believe that came out of Ron's mouth. Ron hasn't pushed a team to a winning record since 2017. Is that right? Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that's right. Were we great? Yeah. Yeah, I lost my mind. Almost lost my religion and my mind that day. We still trying to find part of it. Let's see here. But, it is what it is. This is what we have. This is what we have going into this year. I think that maybe you got a guy like you look at Ron and we make excuses if you want to call it that. Ron has probably he's worked for the last two owners that were pretty much forced out of the league. Jerry Richardson and then Dan Snyder. Now he accepted the challenge of working with Dan Snyder. He accepted that was his fault. He didn't really know that much about Jerry Richardson at the time coming in there. Let's see here. We don't got faith in Ron because we know who we got faith in the enemy to run the offense and use these weapons instead of bum ass Scott Turner. Let's see. Did you see DJ Schweringer wants to come back and retire in Washington? Yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, that's cool. Yay, DJ. Ooh. Like, I mean, y'all realize DJ Schweringer, when he's playing for that was 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when he last played for us. And he couldn't sniff a roster this year. He was on DC Defenders. I mean, it's good. Hey, it's good for DJ. I mean, if we have a guy, that goes down, yeah, maybe he's worth a fly. But right now, I'm ready to I'm ready to roll with who we got. We got youngins here. We gotta stop going. We gotta stop worrying about going back to now. What happened to DJ in Washington was wrong. Like that was wrong. Because he was critical and he had been talked to about this, yada yada yada. And Jay was like, "Oh, it's time for you to go." But I mean, DJ Swearinger is how old is he now? He's probably what 32, 31. DJ Swearinger. He's 31. Oh, 31. Not bad. That's a good age for safety. I mean, homeboy, he hadn't played in the league since 2000. He hasn't played in the league since 2020. If we really want to kind of cross the T's and dot our I's. He was on the practice squad for the Colts back in 2021. That was December 2021. So he didn't get out there. So he hasn't played in the NFL since 2020. I'm cool, man. I'm good, dog. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. We got Defoe. We got Cam Curl, who that needs to be the Harris administration's next plan. It's a passer. Yeah. Yeah. It's a no for me, dog. No for me with DJ Swearinger. I ain't about this. You know what? Also, I thought was kind of funny here. Kind of moving off the subject of our roster. I was looking. Jonathan Taylor got extended, or was he getting extended? But Jim Irsay, crackhead Jim. He talked about the NFL running back situation. We've negotiated a CBA. This is from Jim Irsay. That took years of effort and hard work and compromise and good faith by both sides to say now that a specific player category wants another negotiation after the facts is inappropriate. Some agents are selling bad faith. Woo! Just call him Reverend Ike. Just call him Reverend Ike. Like, how does Jim Irsay like get away? Like, he's these coke-induced tweets. Terrible. And then you got bad faith is not paying your top offense player. This was the response Jonathan Taylor's agent. I mean, you look at these guys who are out there now, like the Giants, they basically fleeced Saquon Barkley. He got a 1 year, $11 million extension. When if he had assigned his franchise tag, it would have been like 1 year, 9 point something. It wasn't even. It would have been like $1 million less. So I mean, the running backs in this league, which they have basically kind of faded them out. You look at it, you got to find more things there. Look at Dallas. They played Zeke at center against the 49ers. You look at Josh Jacobs, who Josh Jacobs really had his best year just last year. And these guys, they want to get paid. I don't blame them. Get your money, son. But you got to be one of these all-world guys. But like what Irsay, that's just ignorant what Irsay said. When you have nothing on offense, when you have a rookie quarterback, and Jonathan Taylor knows he's going to get beat like a drum this year with Anthony Richardson being the starting quarterback most likely. You're going to have to do the running game. What I tell y'all, the running game is going to have to be premium. It's going to have to be at a premium. This is why I like the old adage. You don't like this. Philadelphia got it right. They had 3 good running backs, not elite. You don't need an elite running back. Like you look at it. Look at Tennessee. Yeah, they're in the playoffs, but after they then rode Derrick Henry to the store, they don't have enough money. They don't have enough money left in the kitty to ante up. Because they rode him so hard, to the party. And once you get to the party, that 2019 playoff season was good for, but they just kind of. But you got to treat your running backs better. You got to treat your running backs better than that. I get it. You'll have your guys to say, well, you look at the DVOA, the actual expenditures of the circumference of the radio premium, blah, 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 this and that dribble. If you guy can ball, you guy can ball. Like, that's what they always look at, the analytics and everything. What does the guy add to the locker room? Maybe you need to get him some help. But yeah, that Jim Irsay, he lost me on that. I mean, I understand that most likely Antonio Gibson will not be here next year. I believe more than likely he will not be here. Just because either he's going to succeed or he's going to fail. He's going to get money somewhere else or he's going to stay here. Or he's not going to be here. Because I think, I like what we said too, like offensive line is going to be at a premium. Let's see here. Shout out to Red Zone LA. Yeah, you're right about that. You damn Skippy. Damn Skippy. Let's see here. Okay. But yeah, we got about 10 minutes left up in this one. We got about 10 minutes left up in this one. So any questions you got? Appreciate y'all swinging by, hanging out with me. As we bring it back, might give us an opportunity also for some more DC sports stuff. Might talk a little Nationals, might talk a little Washington Wizards. We'll probably have an ABC section to end every live. Anything but Commanders. So we'll have the last 10 minutes of the show be anything but Commanders. So it's not going to be anything related to the NFL, hopefully. But yeah, you see the Nationals, they did win. They beat the Rockies. Take a look at this. We're gonna talk baseball. Yeah, we'll talk baseball here for a little bit in the anything but commander segment. Yeah. So 43-59. They get ready to take on the Mets in a 4-game series in Queens. Took 2 or 3 away from the Rockies and swept the Giants, who I think they were leading their division. Were the San Francisco Giants leading their division? They were second. They were second behind the Dodgers. Of course. Should have known that. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, shout out to them Nets, though. Hey, we got some changes up in the Washington. I'm excited about the Washington Wizards. Yeah, we got Michael Winger. So he's going to be the president of, I guess, all the basketball operations for Monumental Sports, which that's going to be the new channel, Comcast Sportsnet. So it's going to be TED TV, state media, ran by oh, there we go. We got that's right. That's right. Shout out to Terry McLaurin. So we end anything but Commanders. And shout out to thank you, Abel. Terry McLaurin. That's what I want to talk. Terry McLaurin finally got in the top 100. Give that man his propers. After basically having nobody throwing to him. And yes, I'm sorry about you guys and gals who thought Taylor Heineke. I mean, his best quarterback is Taylor Heineke is thrown to him. Just tell you all you need to know. 2 years ago, the man was 3 years ago, he was sleeping on his sister's couch. And now he's going to be probably starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons in pretty much a must-win year for Arthur Smith. And Arthur Blank, probably. But, Arthur Blank will make the... So, yeah, so we got 94. Last year I thought he could crack that top 100. This year he finally did. Good for him. Well deserved. They don't make wide receivers like him. They don't make wide receivers like Terry. I think Jonathan Allen will be up in there. Possibly Deron Payne. I think those two guys will be possibly in there. Those are the only two guys. I mean, you got some people that have ranked Deron Payne higher than Jonathan Allen on the list. And I think they'll probably be right in the same area. They'll be right in the same area for each other. So I like that we're getting our propers. Our guys are getting our propers. Terry deserves it. We've been pounding the table for him for like 3 years to get it. And he finally did. So shout out to Terry McLaurin. And now hopefully Sam Howell is what we all hope he can be and what we all think he can be. I think we're going to be, hopefully, Terry's going to be in even better shape and he's going to rise up on that top 100 list. And like I said, they don't make him like it. He's not a diva. Dude just goes out there and works. That's all Terry does. He's a beast. He's a beast. Another thing before we wrap this all up, they've been talking about some of the priorities for the new ownership group. And they said, a lot of people winning. That's where I am. I'm a winner. I want to be in the winner circle. I want to be respected, whatever that means. And then, of course, what rears its ugly head once again, the name. I'm just going to tell y'all this right now. I'm not going to waste too much time. That's why I waited till the last minute to talk about this. If I give you a good 5 minutes, I don't care about this name. If they change the name, I don't care. It's exhausting to continue to beat this dead horse into submission. Like the people who keep on doing this should be brought up on animal abuse charges. As many times as they have beat this horse into the ground. I know, Tyson. We ain't getting Redskins back. So that I mean, anybody who thinks that they're out of the skull. Whatever else you want in that situation, I don't care. I'm cool with Commanders. Do I love it? No, but I can get used to it. It's like Georgia. I gotta find this clip, and I'm gonna find it for you. George Jefferson told his son Lionel, so you go watch it, and he asked Lionel. He said he's like, we gotta do this so because Whitey will pay attention to it and everything like this. And Lionel asked, he said, "Pop, why do you continue to try to impress Whitey?" As he said, because if I have enough green to cover all of this, then black becomes his new favorite color. So my point to that is, if the Commanders have enough of these in the left-hand column with the left hand up, Commanders becomes everybody's new favorite team. That's what's going to happen. Then do I think they probably change? They probably change the name again. They might roll out a whole nother rebrand. But it gets exhausting after a while. I respect the people who just that won't settle for it. But it's the people who think we're going to go back to the Redskins. We're not, guys. We're not going back to it. This is how it is. I talked to Paulie about it. He said maybe they should sit down with the Native American Council or whoever. At that point, who is the Native American Council? There's so many of them. There's some people who are vehemently against them, against the name, and some that support it. Like I listen to Shin. Jack Kent Cook was entertained and possibly, according to Lynn Shapiro, who covered the team for the Washington Post, if he hadn't passed away, he was going to consider changing the name back in the 90s. Because they were protesting the name Redskins during the Super Bowl back in 92 in Minnesota. What the hell are we saying? Like, I miss Redskins. Don't get me wrong. Look, see? Hey, I got my Redskins stuff here. Look. See this rough? This is mine. This ain't going nowhere. Got my flag right there in the corner. We ain't getting back to that. I seen they've got a petition. It's got 7,000 names on it. Y'all, they're gonna come up with a new name. They're not gonna come up with a name that's gonna divide a whole bunch of people. So it ain't gonna be Redskins. And how we come to this assessment. I mean, we'll see. But it ain't that one ain't come back, y'all. But the name debate is exhausting. I'm over it. I don't want to go back to Washington football team. I know some people like that, or Washington Football Club. I don't care. I really don't care. Just get it. Let's win. Let's become respectable. Whether that's with Commanders, whether that's with something else. I don't care. If it's Hogs, I'm not going to waste my breath too much on it until they have the debate. And if they want to bring it out, I hope they can get the waiver from the league. And they just do it quick. I want it to be quick. I don't want to be some damn 2-year process that takes all this time in consideration and have people mail and stuff just to be like, go ahead, get it changed. Let me hear about it. Maybe after the season or something like that. And we'll go from there. That's fine. That's fine by me. But don't draw this out. And they said they're going to look at everything. They will look at everything. And I hope they do. I hope they at least consider it. What's up, man? Sorry, got me. Get worried about. Hey, I've been on Twitter. Been on Twitter. I'm back though. I'm back more often. Might have one on Saturday. Might have live on Saturday. Should have been Red Wolves. Hey, should have been. But I kind of look at that too, Frost and Abel, and I think it goes back to Dan Snyder. People piss like crap on Jason Wright, who probably has made some missteps in his respect. But y'all got to realize who this man was working for. Why do you think Jason Wright wasn't let out the door? Jason Wright's from the league, y'all. The league basically put him in that situation. And when you aren't focusing on your craft and you got to worry about everything else in between while doing the rebrand, while doing all this other stuff is going to look crappy. It's going to look shitty. It really is. So, shout out to them. More power to them for dealing with that. I mean, you should get an award. Everybody who worked for this team over the last 24 years, who has some decency, civility to them, should get an award. They really should get an award. But yeah, we back better than ever. I appreciate y'all coming by, swinging out. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all kind of fell off, and took the subscription. Well, I hope I can earn it back. And I appreciate y'all coming in here tonight, hanging out with me. Be on the lookout for some new stuff coming out. And hopefully, maybe we have a video. Maybe we might do another live. Might do some more lives. Like the lives. Just do the live podcast every day for a little bit when we get home. And but anyway, y'all, I appreciate you. I love you guys. Thank you for the support offline and on social media. Remember, y'all can find me at Sanchez 405 on all social medias. It's on the Warpath. And you know what we do? We keep that same damn energy going into 2023. This new season, new ownership, new era. Finally, we get a new era. And no more with the Michael Scott Paper Company, the Dunder Mifflin. How many days since the last accident? As we move on to the future with this team. But yeah, we keep that same damn energy. We outlast the bastards together. And until next time, St. John 405, love, peace, and hell. Somebody please get my damn theme music because we are out.